G'day, I'm Glenn Morris from the Smart Energy Lab, and I'm here today at the last day of SNEC, where over 500,000 visitors have turned up, and I'm with the Vice President of Antai, the Global Vice President, Lloyd. Nice to meet you, Lloyd.
Nice to meet you.
So, look, Antai's a brand that I've just getting to know. I'm doing a project with your team at my lab in Australia, which is just a small ground mount system, but you have a bigger picture. So tell me a bit about Antai's global platform.
Sure. For Antai Solar, actually, we're gonna spending our roadmap for the whole globally. Especially recently, we just opened up several branch office in Europe. So we got our new research and development center in Spain, which is in Madrid, and we are also gonna already open registered one of the company in Netherlands. So for Netherlands, we will look after for those distribution channel, and for Madrid, we will look after for our service or after service or before the project comes. All of these things is from our technical person to support our ground mountain or the tracker system project.
I've seen here that you have everything from just a simple tilt system, just little tilt legs this long, to ground mount systems with single post, right up to big trackers, 1P and multi-drive 2P trackers.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive. So I imagine with the trackers, there's a lot of engineering in the design of them. Do you do all the engineering in-house? Is it Antai?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. For the tracker system, most important part is the method of the calculation. So we have our own engineering team and the own technical person to do those kind of calculation for the how to tracking the sun. So that's the core, technical, which we in-house to analyze, to develop and research. And for other components, we will use our technology to let our supplier to help us to make it.
I have a couple of small trackers at my lab, and I realize that there's a lot of engineering associated with trackers. It's not just following the sun, is it? It's also surviving the wind events and controlling the trackers for optimum production. So it's a very sophisticated product. Yeah. So the multi-drive, I believe, is a relatively new addition to the Antai range. What's the advantage of multi-drive?
Okay, the multi-drive, they can make it longer and to help the project to save the cost. That's obviously the first initial efforts for the owner of the project. More important is, as you said, we are not only tracking the sun, but when the big wind comes, we need to protect ourselves to make sure it's at a certain angle. So by multi-drive, it can be strongly support those kind of, big wind comes to make sure your project survive there safely.
Yes. And I guess tracking systems for solar farms are long-term projects. You have to look after them for 25 years. So you have an ongoing support system as well.
Yeah, for us, we actually have the after-sales team to look after the project. And we also cooperate with those operation and maintenance company to let them know how to, maintain our tracking system.
I think the small ground mount system that we're doing at my lab actually may be very popular in Australia for rural areas.
Yep.
Because people are running out of roof and they want more solar. And with your post system, it's very efficient. Just 4 posts in the ground.
Yep.
8 kilowatts of PV in 2P configuration, a small footprint, very fast to install.
You're right. For this kind of small, we call it small solar farm system, which is we finding that Australia, have lots of small farms, and they run out of their roof, and definitely they want to put more, we call it green electrical to helping themselves. So that's why we're putting those small ground system. It can be, even your lamb can walk around underneath, so you can grow anything you want. So this kind of things you can be putting nearby your garden, or you can put in your in your solar farm and quickly installation. That's one, as you said, that's very quickly in our system. We helping, Australia, the labor cost is very high. So we're trying to, as much as we could, to efficiency those installation jobs.
Yes, good point. Labor cost is very high, so making it fast and easy to install is what you aim to do.
Yes.
Yes. What about if I have an EV? Can I park it underneath?
What was it?
If I have a car, can I park my electric vehicle?
Yeah, you're right. We also have another kind of thing called the carport. Yeah, the carport is another section we are want to promote in Australia as well. So besides those small solar farm, we actually doing some of the project for some councils, some hospital. You can put in the carport, and you can put in the electrical car and the charging stuff underneath.
Yes.
So that's another section we also want to promote in Australia as well.
It's a very good idea because it protects the car from the sun as well. And certainly in the northern parts of Australia, the cars are too hot.
Oh.
You can barely sit on the seat and it's in the sun. So you protect it from the sun and you generate the electricity and you can plug the car in.
You're right. I've been to Darwin once.
Yes.
And I was really, how to say, hot weather there. And
Yes.
if we can make a cover,
Yeah.
and if we put solar panel on the carport, and then you also can generate those electrical, and you can charge in your car. That's a good idea for saving both, the hot weather for the car, and also you can charge your electrical cars.
What about residential? Do you have a residential size carports yet?
Or residential carport.
Yeah, like a PV panels for a car to park under for a home, not a large installation.
Yeah, we actually this one we already promote a lot in Japan because Japan is like a small island, so they have limited land.
Yes.
So we make this kind of carport by aluminum because our manufacturer is like whole supply chain for the aluminum from the ingot, and we cut and then make the fine cut product.
Yes.
So this kind of product is already successful, promoted and used in Japan. So which is only like two of the car seats.
Yes.
And you can make a small if you have land in your garden. So that's something we already successfully promoted in Japan, and we will see how that can be used in Australia.
I think it's a great idea for Australia because you don't need a waterproof roof. You just need solar panels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a win-win. So it generates electricity, keeps the sun off your car, and helps reduce the cost of charging your electric vehicle.
You're right.
Yeah.
For each carport, we will make it waterproofed. So we don't want to open your ear drip or something on the head.
I tried to build one at my place and I didn't put seals in the seams and the drips come through.
Oh.
So yeah, I know it's important. Well, Lloyd, it's been great talking to you and I really look forward to the project that we're doing together at my lab.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Cool.